That later on in this program. The World Bank in Washington has announced that it will continue on Thursday deliberations on the fate of its president Paul Wolfowitz, who's at the center of a scandal over alleged favoritism. An insider at talks between Mr. Wolfowitz's lawyer and the World Bank directors told the BBC that they've been finalizing a deal to settle the terms for ending his employment. But Mr. Wolfowitz's lawyer has said he will not resign under what he called the current cloud surrounding him, and he would rather push the matter to a full vote of the bank's board. Well, Jonathan Jacoby is the Associate Director for International Economic Policy at the Center for American Progress in Washington. He said this row is about far more than allegations of favoritism.
I do actually think it is deeper. You do find a lot of anxiety around the world about Mr. Wolfowitz that relates back to the Iraq War, but it's actually a crisis of legitimacy for the bank, and the rest of the world, as with the U.S., is very invested in a strong World Bank. So the question is whether Mr. Wolfowitz remaining on is going to be something that will be a positive or negative for the World Bank. And right now you hear the conventional wisdom really is that this will sap the power of the bank to address global poverty, which is really what it's there for.
I mean, his position would be very difficult, wouldn't it, surely, if he was to survive this and stay on at the bank?
Sure. I mean, his leadership, ability and room to maneuver is compromised, and he's about to launch a fundraising effort. The World Bank needs to raise about $30 billion to be able to fund its loans and grants to the developing world for the next 3 years. So if he can't do that effectively, and it doesn't look like he can, then stepping aside would really be the most responsible thing.
He said he's not going to resign. He's going to push it all the way. Is there some sort of face-saving policy going on here, do you think?
There certainly could be, but I'm not sure the administration really, is going to get behind that as much as they should. And this is really something where if the administration can see how there's an opportunity to reshape the bank, not only to, help Mr. Wolfowitz ease his way out of power, but to look for an opportunity for the U.S. to say, hey, this is an opportunity for the engagement of the world, to look at multilateralism in the way that this institution is crucial to the fighting poverty. And that's not really something that the administration has so far talked about. They've limited their comments to the scandal around Wolfowitz, but not about their vision for the bank, which is really the most important thing here.
On a personal level, are you surprised that Mr. Wolfowitz is actually digging his heels in on this and that he's not going quietly?
Well, he's a man of ideals in the classic sense that he's deeply committed to an idea that he came in terms of the Iraq War, and then there was an idea he came into the bank with a strong anti-corruption agenda, but he didn't really play well because he didn't understand how to maneuver politically within the bank. And that's something that, he hasn't learned within the institutions that he's been a part of, but I do hope that the bank can survive this presidency and be able to address that are really too serious to ignore. We have a billion people without access to clean water, for example. That's something the bank needs to refocus on, and it's not something that they can do if their leadership is compromised there.
Jonathan Jacoby talking to me earlier.